Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ephemeral One, and welcome back to more Dark Souls 3. Last time, we cleared out the undead settlement, managing to... Okay, I'm just making sure everything was good. We cleared out the undead settlement and explored had formed at the base of the high wall of Lothric. Now, we've reached beyond with the Wall of Sacrifices. We faced a cursed tree that cared little for those who worshipped and offered at it. And now, the road of sacrifices we've reached, where this hunched over figure with a dagger seems to be wary of us, but is not backing down. Oh, wings. Huh. He just sprouted wings out of nowhere. Well, that was a thing. By the way, there is this little upper area. I don't believe there's anything here. It just is a way you can come to get a greater view of the area. You can see more of those guys. Oh, and another one. Nice. A shriving stone. I believe that removes... Yeah, undo weapon infusion. A gem of infused titanite, also known as Starkstone, reverses weapon fusion. Has the benefit of undoing the effects of infusion without reducing the reinforcement level. So, if you found something if you did something and you aren't really needed anymore or don't like it, it can be undone. And here we see a cart, mostly toppled into an abyss, or at least slid. Now, here's the question. Was that on purpose? Or just coincidental that it tripped over? That's a question you'll have to ask yourself. Oh, well, take advantage while he's doing that. And that's just a lot of abyss down there. Though, it does let us see that there is a path back there somewhere. But that's about all. There's nothing we can survive this way, so we'll keep moving. There's two, and these ones are armed with these picks, scythes. Doesn't seem... Though note, they sprout those wings, right? Before they do, though, take a look at their back. The back muscles are kind of overdeveloped and compressed. So, do you think these are some relative of the Raven people from the painted world of Ariamis and our wayward blacksmith from Dark Souls 2? Or maybe there's something new and different? Oh. Oh. They see us. And there's quite a few of them. Oh. Apparently the one at the back has some kind of poison mist. Alright. By the way, frostbite is immensely useful. Oh. There we go. Alright. Oof. Okay, another one. This one has its wings out. And if you've been wondering, yeah, once they have their wings out, they kind of just flail at you. Okay, this one's obviously been calling for reinforcements. But luckily, there's only so many enemies around. Still, that is a path to take. And the path here ends, so we will have to take that back area. Looks like this is a one-way. But it sounds like I can hear somebody walking. Well, remember you always have extra items and they have varying effects, some of which can be quite useful. Alluring skulls? No, so it's nothing close by enough to ambush us. But there is an item over there. A brigand's axe. Oh! Oh! Well, now we know who was over here. Now, whether this actually is the same person from Dark Souls 1 is debatable, because the original wielder of that butcher axe was Man-Eater Mildred, a boss who, as the name implies, loved to devour human flesh. And dropped the butcher knife. Butcher knife with an oddly large blade wielded by the madwoman haunting the road of sacrifices. Squarely landed hits restore HP. Back in the undead settlement, the woman acquired a taste for human flesh, of which she took glee in partaking. Her special skill is sharpening. Sharpen the blade increases HP restored with each successive hit. So, if you're looking for a weapon of longevity, letting you survive longer, that's absolutely a way to handle things. And she obviously had some victims down here. The brigand, so she managed to take out a thief, as well as another brigand. She was preying on the criminals. And here we see an introduction of a different type of weapon. Brigand twin daggers. These paired daggers are preferred weapons of brigands of a distant land. When two-handed, the wielder holds a blade in each hand, allowing for divergent attacks that include left-handed moves. Its special skill is Quick Step. Instantly step behind or around the side of foes, especially effective when locked onto a target. So, we can wield it one-handed, and it's pretty standard. Or, as long as you have... Yeah. Yeah. And you can hit pretty hard with those daggers. Like, its main attack power is 95, but how many times you hit can be quite devastating. And like they said, the skill allows you to get around to the side of an enemy. And like many daggers, it has a fairly decent allowance on backstabbing. And just to show, yep, not the best, but we did get the Great Corvian Scythe and another Titanite Shard. Bear in mind that damage was completely unupgraded. Great Scythe of the Forlorn Souls, guided by heretical storytellers. The mistress of the painted world is said to wield a great scythe herself. Great scythes inflict profuse bleeding such that the blood splatters on the wielder. We don't have the strength one-handed, but two-handed we're fine. Yep. A pretty good weapon. It's attack power 126, so no slouch for being a single weapon. And of course it's focused more on dexterity. Let's see. Other weapons are the whip, which can't be blocked, but its damage output is middling. Let's see. There's the halberd. The red halberd. Lucerne hammer, red halberd. Which is basically real basic, but it works. The brigand axe. Pretty high inherent physical damage. And pretty solid overall. Keep hearing hissing. You hear that, right? If we go across the bridge, it looks like we'll have to face everything head on, and that could potentially go south on us. However, if you'll notice, there was a little drop-off down here. Let's see. The Hollow Slayer Greatsword, if we wanted to wield that. If we go for the northern sets, or how about Mira? Yeah, the Mira set. After all, that would be the appropriate set to wear with the Hollow Slayer Greatsword. So, whoop, I missed. My bad. Sorry. It was a little hard to get the exact bearings. By the way. To show off. And the R2 is a large thrust. And speaking of drops, yep. The biggest thing, if you're going to go this route to, honestly, if you're going to go this route with those Mira and the sword, go for the Mira Knight roll. Yep. Honestly, the biggest thing you need is stamina more than anything. I don't think so in this playthrough. Hmm. Yeah. I think we'll be a little more reliant on magic this time. We've learned that... I don't think she comes back, but... Yeah, no. I think part of what we'll be focusing on... Note, you have to make a jump. You can't just drop down. That's what I forgot about this. So... Oh, of course, you're ambushed the second you get down here. And here we can see this dog ate something it shouldn't have. Its stomach is bloated. Oop. And down here, what they'd been feeding on, Braille Divine Tome of Kareem and Morn's Ring. They'd been feeding on some holy folks. A malformed ring given to the Knights of Kareem boosts miracles. Morn served the goddess Kaitha and later became an apostle of the Archbishop. They labored together to provide comfort to the suffering. Sure. Hmm. Might as well. I'd say that went pretty well. Yep. Yeah. Might as well get some extra damage on all of them. And after all, even if I drop them to the point where they only have one hit left, well, oop. It looks like another one fell off the cliff. Yep. Got you. Might as well get my money's worth after all. Well. Yep. Well, I'd say that went pretty well. Yeah. And being able to get the drop on these guys. Nice. Another ember to strengthen ourselves. And we can deal with the one on the bridge. After all, if you get to ambush the ambushers, that's quite a pleasant time. Now here's the interesting bit. We jumped to get down there, but looks like there's something underneath the bridge as well. Took a little bit of damage. Actually, no. This is just another way to get down there. Also, the other item we got. A sacred braille tome from Kareem, filled with advanced miracles. Give to a storyteller to learn advanced Kareem miracles. In the Way of Light, there is a tradition of placing great faith in the words of the blind, and braille tomes are not unusual. Well, with all we've done, we've made it through the road of sacrifices so far. And reached a new bonfire. Where are they friendly or no? They don't seem to be aggressive. Two souls are looking for us. Hello.
Oh, hello. How do you do? I am Anri of Astora, unkindled like you. This is Horace, a friend and travelling companion. Are you too in search of the Lords of Cinder? We are well along the road of sacrifices. Below us is the Crucifixion Woods. Beyond the flooded woods lies Farron Keep, home of the Undead Legion. Further yet is the Cathedral of the Deep. We seek the cathedral, home of the grim Aldrich. We may go our separate ways now, but we are both seekers of lords. The next time we cross paths, one may find the other in a time of need. May the flames guide your way.
And your way as well.
Oh yes, Horace. He's not very talkative, but don't think ill of him. He's an upstanding, kind-hearted knight, a fine partner for this grueling journey. Without his help, I would have cursed this onerous duty long ago.
So this is someone, Henri, someone who is actively trying to complete their quest, to bring the lords back to the Firelink Shrine.
We are well along the road of sacrifice. Beyond we make the next time, may the flames...
The Blue Sentinels. Huh. Does he not like us, or is he simply hesitant to talk to us? Either way, we have now access. Well, either way. Just thinking. We did get the Blue Sentinels now, so that's another one. Faded sheepskin parchment depicting the dark moon and a sword. Equipped to pledge oneself to the Blue Sentinel's covenant. When a member of the Way of Blue is threatened by a dark sentinel, but by a dark spirit, the Blue Sentinels, in compliance with an ancient accord, with the dark moon god we know, assume the form of blue spirits and help root out the invader. Summoning takes place automatically while this is equipped. So those protected and those who would be the protectors. Those who seek to help out others with the way of the sunlight. To each their own. Well, let's continue on. There's more to see here after all. Oh. Utilitarian in the absolutist sense. An undead wielding a literal branch of a tree. Alright. For now, though, it's a question. Faith, intelligence. Hmm. Hmm. It's an interesting question. What do you trust in? Intelligence, faith, light or dark? Can you hear that? Almost pained. Yeah, these guys actually have a very good range. Yep. Again, a simple short sword can take you very far in this game. I suppose, in a place like this, a simple branch can make all the difference. Hmm. Well, we can continue on. Oh, they just noticed us. Nice. Yep. Lots of hissing and gasping and misery. Yep. Using the branch to sort of scrape at the ground. Another Titanite shard. It might not be the best choice to walk in the water just yet. This place seems filled with more of these twisted trees that are touched by the curse. And more of them. And they're attacking with weapons that are so unwieldy. But at least it's nothing we haven't dealt with before yet. Oh, bugs. The kind that used to spit poison or equipment destroying acid. Though they don't seem as... It doesn't seem as much so far. Lots of background noise, though. What'd they call it? Henri call this place the Crucifixion Woods? Well, at least it makes sense. Though, look at the shape the crucifying places are. They're in the shape of a moon. And we just got it recently. The Way of the Blue and the Blue Sentinels. You would be crucified on the blue, and this would be a testament to you decided to do something you shouldn't have, and got the Blue Sentinels after you. Oh, there's that poison. Alright. And there's a lot of bugs down to get to another Titanite shard. Ow. That hurt. So yeah, all these crucifixions happen because they crossed the Blue Sentinels, who set them, who crucified many people here, and an example of what happens. Though, begs the question, they did all this work, what happened to those enforcing it? This place seems almost abandoned now. A twin dragon great shield. The lightest of all great shields, made from wood and decorated with a two-headed dragon. Great shields are the largest type, and offer both high stability and damage absorption, making it easy to deflect enemy attacks. You only get shield bash, but it is still fairly nice. But it is dropping your 100% absorption down a significant bit, but you can deflect attacks even easier. But we don't have the strength for that. Not anymore. Hey! Bad dog. And yeah, that's how you know that's a really annoying trap. When all it gives you is a fading soul. Okay. There was that open area, but there's also... Crucifixion Woods. Okay. Alright. And that's where we came from. And another bonfire. Oh, and that would be why you don't want to enter the water willy-nilly. The water in this place is the home of these crabs, who get quite large and defensive. And that's one way to go. But we've also seen back here. There's another item. And at least one figure with a cross strapped to its back. Another Estus shard. So coming back here is always worth it. Alright. Alright. As you can see, this figure was crucified. And is quite the violent type. Well, again, but note the detail of the crucifixion itself. It has the moon symbol of the blue sentinels and the way of blue. Meaning, those who were crucified here were undead who likely upset the way of blue in one way or another. And we've come around and back to here. Now I want you to think about that for a moment. The way of blue. We're going to head back for a moment. And the blue sentinels. Both parties are just guides and guardians. Oh. And we have a new figure here. Hello.
You're an unkindled, aren't you? I am Cirrus, of the Sunless Realms, former servant of the divinity.
Oh.
Duties we each bear, but one's duty is a solitary affair. I doubt we've much to gain from fraternization. Blessing of the moon upon your journey. I doubt we've much to blessing.
Huh. But Cirrus is resting here for a time.
Welcome home, Ashen. Speak thine heart. Very well, then touch the take nourishment. Let these souls return from their vessels, manifestations of disparity, elucidated by fire, burn deep within me, retreating to a darkness beyond the reach of flame.
I'm just truly thinking how I want to build from this point forward, if I want to rely on melee. Faith, intelligence, light, dark. There are so many ways to make your character. The item drop rate comes in handy as well.
Ashen One, Sovereign, I will Ashen One. Farewell, may the
I still haven't totally decided on a weapon, even if I'm honest. Blue... Let me think of the character of Blue. Blue... Honestly, it'd be boring and simple, but it'd be effective. The Irithyll Straight-Sword. A frosty weapon, absolutely. The Great Hammer wielded by Vort. No. Nice as it is, that wouldn't be his. No. Dull as it may seem, the Irithyll Straight-Sword pretty much exemplifies his idea.
Ah, 'tis good to see, wasn't he?
Yeah, because we need Twinkling Titanite for that. Infuse. Now, an interesting idea is when you infuse something like the Twin Daggers. Because note that they only lose a bit of damage. And they actually pick up quite a bit of damage, and especially easy for the speed for which they hit.
Pretty, I don't...
Yeah. Last time we gave Loretta's bone, and our friend...
Heavens.
Curled up.
Heavens.
He's lost in his pain for right now. More than understandable, though. Ah, but there is someone else we can speak to. We promised Irina to take care of her. And here we can offer her something.
Oh, Champion of Ash, I was not meant to be a firekeeper. But I am honored to serve you beside the bonfire. The gods are ever merciful. My gratitude lies with them, and with I am yours now.
So, we can learn miracles. She has heal, replenishment, caressing tears, and homewards to start with. She also offers the Saint's Ring, allowing you to attune additional spells. And we can give her a Divine Tome.
Oh, you've brought me a Braille Divine Tome. Now I can tell new tales of miracles. Tales of the greater miracles can be quite the epic. What fun we will have.
Let's see. Yeah. Having replenishment would not be the worst.
I pray for you.
Yeah. I think... Yeah, if I was to equip what I believe... it would be ice... the Brigand Twin Daggers...
Ah, 'tis good, wasn't he?
would be the closest it would come. Then infusing them, refined would lower the initial damage but increase the bonus. No, fire would be the choice. And then reinforcing them. Nice.
Pretty, I don't want to see that.
So that puts them at, what, 164 for each swing. And again, how fast they can swing, they can put out some amazing damage. The downside is, naturally, that they offer no real bonuses regards to intelligence, faith, or anything like that.
Oh, I would do.
If I'm honest,
As I have said, but I'm a wee bit that those. Be safe.
alright. Yeah. Doesn't seem like much, but you'd be amazed what damage output this can do. Alright. So, yeah. The halfway fortress. Alright. We'll head into this castle area first. Since we've walked around it. Yep. Yeah. Of course. Not bad. Yep. Yep. Nice. And switching to the Irithil sword for when you have a group. Yep. And screwed up. That's on me. The character blue. Sorry if I've been a little quiet. This area doesn't have much real story or lore to go through. Things are rather simple, straightforward at least at first. I'm more deciding how I want to think about the character I'm playing. Because Iek Osh, or in his original name, Blue, yeah, was an experiment, the same as Subject 15, but grew and learned to take the power he was born with and refine it further. The Heretic Staff. Catalyst used by generations of heretic sorcerers. Sorcery is a logical, academic discipline, and the powers of sorceries depend heavily on the caster's intelligence. Having faced it all, faced to the end to win, and finding them insufficient, what would he decide to put his faith in? The Iagosh I knew. Faith in freedom, faith in your own abilities, in taking control of them and wielding them. Not like wielding them absolutely and understanding them absolutely. There we go. Crystal gem. Crystal weapons inflict magic damage and scale effectively with intelligence. However, I believe they become extremely brittle and prone to breaking. If I remember correctly. Oh, a sorcerer. Yeah. Alright. Ow. Yeah. Yep. Trying to bait him out. There we go. There you go. Another crystal gem. Oh, welcome. Nice. And that soul spear he's casting is devastating. And there seemed to be another way. Yeah. Another ring of sacrifice. Welcome. Always welcome. And this leads out into the swamp, which is not a place we want to go just yet. So this was a bit of a dead end. But it is just a side area all the same. And there's more there. Ah, that just drops you down to where those guys were. Yeah, the two flailing guys who were crucified. Yep. Any room like this that seems open, you should try and hide in. And there's a hole down there. You either fall down. Yep. And do you have another hole? Ow. Heal up. Nice. Another sorcerer's... Hey, a sorcerer's staff for free. Excellent. Nice. Alright. So there was a hole they wanted you to fall down. And the rest of it was just traps. And at the end of the road... Now that screams boss arena. But that isn't the only way to go. Oh, this is just another way to get back to where we were. Yeah. So I think we're at a boss, but we're nowhere near prepared for it. In other words, we don't have the health to do so. And there is obviously an item, so there's got to be a way up. The question would be just where? Makes sense if it was back over this way. Oh, someone simply made an awkward jump. Yeah. It's just an awkward jump. But now, if I remember correctly, the actual way is over here, hidden where you can't, just out of sight. And up here.
Well, this is unexpected. I don't often have visitors. What do you want? This is my study that you've happened upon.
Oh.
If you haven't any business, I've reading to get back to. How intriguing. Very well.
Oh.
Indeed, I am a sorcerer, with plenty to share. However, what champion demands service without recompense? Clearly, you're not that sort of man. So you will make me a promise.
Okay.
That in exchange for my teaching, you will bring me knowledge, in the form of scrolls detailing sorcery's secrets. Well, can you assure me of this?
Make a promise.
Very well. You're no fool. I take it you understand the weight of a promise. I am Orbeck, of Vinheim, unkindled one. I shall teach you sorceries. We will learn together. It shall be like our very own school.
And we have gained another teacher. Truths, myths, and lies. That's what we'll pull apart. And so, blue bug pellets to help you resist magic damage, and another type to resist fire. And so, we've managed to make through the road of sacrifices. And if we want to, we could push on. But we're nowhere near finished with this place. Let's see. We'll start. Yeah, the Saint's Ring to an additional spell. Alright. Down here. Another one of these. Oof. Okay. Now, to get back to where we were, and where we fell down, we'll have to go back inside. Yep. I think this time. Picking something and refining it to its utmost. I think I'm finally starting to feel what we will be doing in this one. There we go. The type of damage. Yeah, no. The Erythel Straight Sword is definitely the weapon he would use. Simple, honest, and open. Blue was never the most inventive sort. He was direct, he knew what exactly he could and couldn't do, and worked within that frame. Also, nice of the game to put our souls up here. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit silly, but... Alright. Now, with me knowing that's a boss ahead, let's show this off. Our Ember restored. We can now summon Aegon of Karim. Remember, so he promised so long as we keep Arena safe, he will remain as our ally. So, let's keep Arena safe and take advantage of his cooperation. Yeah. Let's begin. Say hello to the Crystal Sage. Alright. Being a sage, and a mage in general, the more direct combat is not his forte. This battle will consist of a lot of him running around, hiding from his attacks, and taking advantage where you can. Yep. And now, watch your attacks from above, and he'll run away if you can spend too much time too close. Oh, and now he starts duplicating himself. Naturally, the duplicates aren't perfect, and you can tell them by the coloring of the magic. Thankfully, Karim makes an excellent distraction. The faithful warrior that he is. Luckily, it only takes a single attack to disperse the fakes. And even when you know they're fakes, their attacks still hurt, so it can be worthwhile to dispatch them. If for no other reason than to simply reduce the amount of damage headed your way. Alright, here they come. Alright. And we're in a rough position. Here they come. There's the real one. Ow. There's some good damage. He's barely alive, but all it'll take is one good powerful hit of his magic to finish us. A fake, the real one. Yep. Go ahead. Got him. The soul of a crystal sage. The bright blue hue. Of his soul. One of the twisted souls steeped in strength. Used to acquire many souls or transposed to extract its true strength. The twin crystal sages once served as spiritual guides to the scholars of the Grand Archives, and one went on to ally with the Undead Legion. Well, we've managed to bring victory. Let's see what his soul can become. If it's anything worthwhile for us. He went on to ally with the Undead Legion. So, one of the Lord's souls we need. We must be drawing close to them.
Aha, that so.
Indeed, we can gain Crystal Hail, a cascade of small crystal soul masses from the sky. Unique sorcery developed by extraordinary preacher twins known as the Crystal Sages. Casts a cascade of small crystal soul masses from above. Crystal soul masses have piercing qualities. In a pact said to have been formed long ago, one of the sages allied with the undead legion in order to train the sorcerers of Faerun. Or its rapier, a thrusting sword with tiny crystals scattered along its blade, used by the crystal sages for self-defense. The crystals boost the magic damage inflicted by the sword and the item discovery of its wielder, the fruits of a lifetime of research conducted by the sages. This is actually the weapon. Yeah, if I had to pick one, it would be, yeah. So,
Now,
yeah, it would be that. The Crystal Sage's weapon, along with the Irithyll Straight Sword. Is pyromancy the way he would go? Or just straight casting? Though the element is wrong, the principle would stay the same, yeah. So yeah. It would be pyromancy. Only the pyromancy would be in the left hand. Just so we'd be able to pop it off in the middle of combat, pop back to the shield, yeah. Definitely prefer that. Because that also allows us, with the pyromancy flame out, to use the skill, which is a cheap, basically one-shot combo, one-shot move that gives you basically a burst of fire damage. Just so you get an idea. Yeah. It's a free spell. It still uses FP, but it doesn't take up a slot. So, with the teachers we've acquired,
ah, there you are, Uncle. I am pleased.
alright. So, we have Great Combustion, which is the better version of what we have. We'll reinforce the flame at least once. And I guess if I was to pick up a second one, it would be the Fire Surge.
Do not be gone. What is it?
Yeah. And I believe fire damage, explanation, fire damage, is affected by, explanation, defense against an absorption of fire damage. Defense is calculated by character attributes and absorption. Yeah. Resistance is armor. Okay. Required to cast sorceries, pyromancies, and krill spell potency. But yeah, I believe pyromancy will be focused more on the higher of your two stats. So, just doing intelligence would not be remiss. Alright. Just thinking. May want to just do that. Don't need the Morn's Ring because we're not going to be relying on that. But, can it do additional fire damage? Attune spell. Yeah, we'll go Fire Surge for now. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely live with that.
Welcome home, speak. Very well, then touch taken up.
And so from there,
Manifestations of disparity, elucidated by fire, burrowed deep within me, retreating.
alright.
Farewell, Maid of...
So, oh, I do need to use the Estus Flask, and then we'll see.
Ah, just wasn't he?
So, reinforce. Yep, 5 and 2 drinks. Then reinforce, just checking. Crystal Wizard does use Titanite scales, so. And Twinkling Titanite, yep. Okay. And we could infuse it, but it does just all of them. Yeah, all of them just. Yeah, I don't. Refine doesn't actually do anything, so.
Pretty, I don't.
Alright. So our weapons damage sit at 144 and 175 for the rapier. Alright. After all. So, we've reached the Crystal Sage. Let's actually take a step back, though. Back towards the beginning. Because it's easy to say we've explored this area fully, but we've not. We truly haven't. Yep. Oh, there's the nice backstab. And let's see. Yep. And yeah, it goes through your FP pretty quick. Yeah. Nice. Yep. Alright. And yeah. You might not have noticed it, but there's actually a different way to go. You get distracted with all these guys up here, but there is in fact a place you can drop down here. This brings you to the other side of the marsh. The soul of an unknown traveler. And down here, as you can see, pyromancy, not immensely powerful at this point. Oop. Okay, for whatever reason my TV blanked out there for a second. Yep. Ow. That's quite a combo, ain't it? Indeed. Ow. Nope, 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 damn it. Got me. Though, if you notice from the physique of these guys, their long arms and extended necks, and the way that the robes are wrapped around them, these are pilgrims, malformed in just another way. Yeah. Let's get that fire ring off. Actually, Flynn's ring probably would help. Nah, it doesn't really do much. Yep. Yeah. The individual abilities of this weapon, individual strike, aren't much. But it can put out quite the damage output. Nice. But yeah. Nah. As much as I want to think he is, Blue was never actually truly a caster type. He didn't rely on magic in its utmost. Magic was best used in addition to other things around for him. Nice. Yeah, there's... Yeah. Titanite Shard, welcome, and always appreciated. Alright. There we go. Yep. Nice. Yep. Alright. Now what would beg the question is, what would cause the Order of Blue to be so aggressive here? And that's doesn't open from this side, so I have to get there from the other. But it seems there's a familiar enemy. If only I had a woman. I guess. A Black Knight. Note how much faster they are in this game. There we go. They're faster, but they remain Black Knights. There's that frostbite damage kicking in. Excellent. It seems this swamp is surrounded by a wall. And there's fires burning above it. There's Lothric Castle. We've come quite a ways. The Sellsword Helm. The Sellsword set being a standard armor for, I believe, the swordsman start. And Sellsword Twin Blades. The weapons they start with. Short no illusory wall ahead. The Faring Coal. Enables the heavy, sharp, and poison infusion. Long ago used to forge the great swords of the undead legion of Farin. Give to the blacksmith in the shrine to allow the use of gems for heavy, sharp, and poison infusion. So, we'll be able to enhance our weapons in different ways. Heavy if you want to make a weapon heavier, so it does more strength-based. Sharp for more dexterity. And poison to reduce the damage but add poison to a weapon. Now, without any choice now, we have to enter the swamp. That was a dead end and there's nowhere else to go. So if we want to reach the rest of the swamp, reach the rest of this area, we're going to have to walk through the swamp. You saw earlier why I was hesitant. There are crabs everywhere here. You can't see them, but they'll be out sooner rather than later. Yep. Ow! Yep. Ow. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. They're fast. They're devastatingly damaging. Yep. 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 They are a rough enemy to come across. Oh. And they can run away. If you spend too much time, they will just run away. And unfortunately, that means they've healed. Luckily... Yep. Yeah. Nice. Got the damage. Alright. The payout is fairly decent. The Great Swamp Ring. Ah, we finally got something nice. Boost pyromancies. Ring said to have chiseled from the bone of a flame salamander by blighted pyromancers living in the Great Swamp. It is believed that salamanders are the descendants of demons born of the chaos flame from which pyromancy is also said to have originated, and is in fact true. So, that gives us some additional damage. But, like I said, there's a lot of these crabs in here, in the water. But they're not the only threat. In fact, they might be the most merciful threat depending on where you are. And here we have a knight wielding... Oh! Two knights in rather solid armor wielding heavy, heavy weapons. Yep. Yep. And broke my guard, and that's the end of it. Yep. Even if you make it across this area, doesn't mean you're gonna have an easy time. Yeah. The Road of Sacrifices is a rough area, and the first one to really kick you in the teeth and tell you, no, you can make it through, but you're going to suffer for it. By the way, the Pyromancer ring is pretty nice. For those curious about the damage, yep. Alright. Yep. Yep. Nice enough. And yeah. Yeah. Pyromancy is fairly nice damage, and a nice addition. If nothing else, it also helps you pull enemies, which sometimes is really the most useful effect it can have. The damage it does is nice, but not necessary. Yep. Oi. Man. Yep. Alright. As you might expect, going for that item pisses off this crab. But it's pretty worth it. Alright. Yep. There we go. Get my stamina back up. Okay. Ow. There it is. Yep. Try to avoid staying on the side where the big claw's gonna hit you. If you can, get off to the right side. Oh, shit. And that's death. Wow, I actually survived it. Okay. 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 There it is. There we go. Yep. There we go. Nice. Alright, so we managed to get through those two. As you might expect, those two knights over there are still waiting for us. The Fallen Knight set. One of my favorite, honestly, I'll probably end up wearing it because it is one of my favorite sets just by pure design alone. And getting my souls. And running the hell away from you. Yep. Another large soul. Yep, no thank you. You guys suck. So I'm just gonna leave. I don't think those two follow you out here. Huh. Wow, both of them will actually follow you this far out. Huh. Okay. Well, in that case, lead them on a merry chase. See how far they really are willing to go for it. Golden Falcon Shield. Because getting past those two... what they're actually guarding... Homeward Bone... and the other side of this path where we fought the Black Knight. That path would lead you here. And down here... the path they were guarding is to another bonfire. Which would bring you to Farron Keep. But... we did just get an excellent new item. A new ember. Andre will be pleased, I'm sure.
Ah, 'tis good to what needs me. Oh, my. This coal is from the Undead Legion, used to forge the weapons of Farron's Abyss Watchers. A fine prize. I'm honored to be endued with it. Now I'll be equipped, praise the gods, eh?
Indeed. So, we'll be able to infuse our weapons with heavy, sharp, refined, raw, fire, and poison. Paired scimitars used by certain sellswords. The scimitar's blades make for effective slashing attacks, but fare poorly against metal armor and tough scale-covered hides. With a scimitar in each hand, the wielder can vary their onslaught with unique left-handed attacks and proper stance.
Pradeep, I don't want...
And we should be able to use some of these souls to get up to 2 levels. Alright.
Welcome, husband. Very well, then take note. Let these souls withdrawn from their vessels, manifestations of
Yep.
disparity.
So we'll do intelligence.
Burrow deep within them, retreating to a darkness beyond the reach of flame. Let them assume a new master, inhabiting ash, casting themselves upon it. Farewell, may the flame.
And in this case, the other thing I want to do is attune back to Fireball. Just thinking anything else. So that puts it up to 144 with Irithyll and 178 with the Crystal Sage. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. So then, as we've seen, there's Farron Keep, which is one way to go. But there was also a place past the Crystal Sage. This is where we came from, where we fought the Crystal Sage. And there's a path beyond. Just over here. And more of these brutes with the cages on their back. Oh, Crystal Lizard. Ah, piece of twinkling titanite. Excellent. We'll need that. And this one, another piece. Excellent. Like I've said, Blue as a character, or as a person rather, wasn't the most inspiring sort. Instead, they were very direct and honest, unrelenting, and intelligent. Nice. Ow. There we go. And the Herald set. One of the starting armors, a spiked mace. That'd be more my style than his. And note that their cages are full of corpses here. Alright. Though it's heavy. Helm of an order of fallen knights who disbanded and fled but met untimely deaths. The tattered hood conceals tough black metal, which provides dependable protection from fire. It's just possible to make out the majestic gold engravings on the surface. It's lighter and has less poise than the normal knight armor. But it makes for a nice middle ground between the heavy stuff and still looks probably my favorite. And if anyone was to be a fallen knight, the description of Blue, the former chosen undead who chose not to link the fire. Alright. Nice. It would make sense. Alright. Yep. Excellent. And yeah, you'd have to fight him either way. It's just a matter of whether you get the ambush on them. And the evangelist was here to help guide the gathered corpses, the undead that they've gathered. Could this be chance, or, it's a despair? What could they possibly mean? Another bonfire already. Well, let's see what that brings. Duo ahead. There's only one. A bandit. One that survived Mildred the Man-Eater. No? Oop. They weren't kidding. There's two of them. Oh, and the dagger got us. Alright. So, after being killed once, you'll come to realize who is where. And that one of them, another fallen knight, yep, that's where you have to be more careful than any other Souls game watching your stamina. because if your stamina's out, they get that free stab. And trust me, the AI is not going to miss. Yep. So, there we go. It's when they go for those big stabs, that's when you want it. And remember, with his stamina lowered thanks to frostbite, we got him. And a paladin's ashes now. Umbral ash of a worn-out paladin who sought the Cathedral of the Deep. With this, the shrine handmaid will prepare new items. The paladin paid quite a price for his headstrong justice. He believed he could do it all himself. And so he did pay the price. Note, what you see is a hand clutching an undead hunter charm, used long ago by Lloyd's cleric knights on their undead hunts. Although Allfather Lloyd is long forgotten by the Way of White, his hunts have lived on, and with this charm allows one to challenge undead without fear of tenacious healing. And so, without his backup, we'll see how this bandit fares now. Still pretty good! Yep. Yeah, that roar actually buffs his attack, so that's part of it. Yep. Basically, our big strategy here is wait until we can proc Frostbite, and now we get some free damage. Because we have more stamina than him. So him rolling or attacking is a dedication. The Spider Shield. A shield bearing a large etching of a spider. Shields of this style are commonly used by the savage mountain bandits and offer high resistance to poison. It's 80% physical though, unfortunately. I know I harp on and on about this, but really that 100% physical damage resist make us a world of difference. And there's a drop down here. To allow you to come up here, where if you really wanted to, you could come this way and get a drop on the bandit. You don't deserve this. The Crest Shield. If you want to stick with just having the parry, this is probably one of the best shields you can have. A knight shield engraved with a crest. One of the enchanted blue shields. The Crest Shield greatly reduces dark damage. So, it is a straight upgrade to ours. However, it does only have parry versus the weapon skill. And that can be difficult for some. It depends on simply your priority. Whether the weapon skills are more useful, or being able to counter and parry an enemy. It's up to you, really. Note that neither this one nor the bandit come back. This smells like a trap. Or at the very least... Yep, dogs. Oop. Fire arrows. That's unpleasant. Now remember, the dogs really don't like fire. And there are plenty of places here to hide and get around. But once the dogs have seen you, you usually have a good chance of leading them out of the line of fire. Yep. Ow. Yeah, that seems to always happen. I always screw that up. Alright. Another way to do this is because you can attack with your shield up with the rapier. Though you do reduce damage. Yep. There we go. But yeah, there are multiple ways, and even just the simple switching of a weapon and when can make all the world a difference. Large soul of an unknown traveler. Well, we've reached a new place, another graveyard, and someone up ahead. That's not good. I see. A sign of faith, if nothing else. And commitment. Excuse me, folks. And we move on. Into a cathedral.
Merciful goddess, mother of the forlorn, who have no place to call their own, please bear witness to our resolve. Fire for Ariandel. Fire for Ariandel. And the ash to kindle flame.
I'm sorry to interrupt your prayer. Are you alright?
Wait, you've the same scent as that woman.
that
Then
woman.
you must be an action one. You must be. Oh, you don't know how long I've searched. Oh, don't mind me. Didn't mean to fall apart. Now, Ashen One, I have a kindness to ask of you. My lady lives in the cold land of Ariandel. I need you to show her flame. A proper flame that will burn the rot away. If you truly are ash, then it must be fire that you seek.
Sure. We have embers. We can probably show her a clean flame.
Thank you. They of ash never fail. Just a moment, then. The painting of Ariandel. Well, rotted scrap of it, that is.
But his
Go
hand
on.
trembles holding it.
Take it. Touch it.
Oh. Well, that's different. Okay, nope. I can. Nope. Oh, what the? Ah!
And then the ashes were too.
What did we just get pulled into? Well, to be fair, this is also the DLC. So we won't be touching this for quite some time. But I wanted to at least access it. Oh. Sorry to wake you.
Have you just arrived? How very unusual. Just how long has it been? Rejoice, my new friend, for this is a true haven of the forlorn, the cold and gentle painted world of Ariandel. Quick, go along. Find one for yourself, a sweetly rotting bed to lie upon. You're no exception. We've all seen terrible things, but you're safe now. Let it ease your burden. Ariandel will make a fine home for you. So, go on ahead, a sweet...
Rime blue moss clump.
Quick, a sweet...
I see. And a bonfire, thankfully. Only the mighty may proceed. They're not kidding. Jumping off required. If only I had an ally. Before one faces the painting, one should face the depths of Lothric Castle. There's your warning. This is an endgame area. You are not strong enough. You will not survive this. Do not bother. I'm not going to bother even showing you. It's that bad, folks. We are nowhere near strong enough. So, yeah. We've reached the Cathedral of the Deep, the cleansing chapel. And again, there was also the Faron Keep and the other parts of the crystal of the road of sacrifices. But yeah, we'll start exploring this, but I think we'll save it for later. For now, we've gained some power, gained some proper weaponry. I'm still deciding on weaponry. I definitely think the crystal saber will be one. The crystal rapier will definitely be one. The Irithyll straight sword just, yeah.
Ah, 'tis good. What needs?
At the very least, the Irithyll now has, yep, the +1. Yep. And I'm just thinking, there's one other weapon I can think of.
Prithee, I don't want it.
There's one other weapon I can think of. Yeah. We'll come upon it later, after all. But for now, I think we've done enough. So, I want to thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One, and this has been Dark Souls 3. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time on this, or maybe something else. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.